Isn't it a coinky-dink that on the very day the Storm Area 51 event is scheduled, the U.S. Navy released video footage of fighter aircraft observing these things? Tell me something I don't already know. Hello, this is Dave from Net4 Truth USA, Whirlwind, Revolt. It is September 22nd, 2019, and we see all of these reports about UFOs being real, and a lot of people have some skepticism about that, but I can tell you of my own experience with 8 other people in 1994. And this was exposed and written about in a book called The Mid-Atlantic Trailblazer. Let's see if I can get it without the glare of the light here. A GPS trail guide that I co-authored with my nephew Billy. And the book now is out of print because it was the first, and to my knowledge, the only trail guide that used GPS coordinates. It was written when GPS first came out, when handheld GPS first came out. And this was billed as the definitive guide to GPS land navigation. It has an extensive technical section on how to disassemble things and how to make your own mounts for GPS receivers, how to get around certain problems, how the GPS system works. Okay, and this, on page 322, was a disclosure, so to speak, of our close encounter of the first kind down in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. And I'll read it to you. A close encounter of the first kind. The New Jersey Pine Barrens has been famous for years for sightings of UFOs and other paranormal phenomena such as the Jersey Devil. On our 1994 canoe trip there, we, 9 of us, had a first kind close encounter when we arrived at 1 a.m. in the morning at our campsite at Baytona. Baytona is an acronym for Back to Nature, B-A-T-O-N-A. We had just turned off Carranza Road at waypoint 21, and the waypoints refer to GPS coordinates that are written in the book, where you can punch them into the GPS receiver and it takes you to within 200 feet. We had just turned off Carranza Road at waypoint 21, heading towards the Baytona campsite, just a half mile down the sand road. We had 2 vehicles equipped with high-powered 50-watt 2-meter 144 to 148 megahertz amateur radio transceivers. One rig was powered from an external lead-acid monoblock battery pack, which was freshly charged and would normally have powered the unit for several days. The other was powered by the vehicle's battery. As we turned the corner, we could see a field of stars in the clear sky being obscured by a large, dead black object, roughly oval in shape. As we attempted to communicate to each other over the radios, we found that both our rigs were inoperative. The 145 megahertz simplex frequency we were using was completely obscured, and the high-power portable unit had its batteries completely drained. The vehicles, however, inexplicably continued to operate. Driving on the road, trying to flank the object, we could make out a faint metallic shimmer, not unlike what you would get from moonlight reflecting from a black anodized piece of aluminum. The reflection was more like dispersion of light behind a piece of black silk. The object was in view perhaps a total of 10 to 15 seconds. In an instant, it, for lack of a better term, collapsed and was just gone. There was no sound, no lights, and no other signs of physical presence such as exhaust trails. We couldn't see where the bogey went, if indeed it went anywhere at all in the sense of what we can understand in terms of travel. As it departed, the field of stars behind it became visible again. Its departure could more closely be described as a black silk curtain being swiftly pulled into a small hole in the sky. This was no weather balloon. It was not the planet Venus. It certainly was not a dark cloud. It was definitely weird. We drove around the campsite for hours trying to find a vantage point where we could observe more of the horizon to see if we could spot it somewhere else. We were not expected to run into this, and there were no discussions beforehand that would serve to foment mass hallucinations among fertile imaginations. The kids were excited, and the adults just wanted to know what it was. We did see it. All of our individual descriptions of what we saw were identical. What it was, we couldn't say for sure. We never officially reported the incident because without any photos or other evidence to back up our story, we felt they'd throw us all in the loony bin. So that is my encounter, written about in this book that was published in 1995. Are UFOs real? Absolutely. What are they? I have no clue. This is Dave from Net4Truth USA Whirlwind Revolt. Thank you for listening, thank you for your prayers, and thank you for your support. Subscribe to our backup channels, Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. You can also find us at Net4Truth USA on BitChute. We fly so close to the target, we're on our 4th fighter jet. We will be relentless truth seekers until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.